you can defeat by simply throwing random items at it.
I don't have enough magic.
But the most effective way to kill it is with this green skull, after which green skull largely has no real use. Unfortunately. You can use it to fight anything you may want, but it's not all that necessary, really, to keep it with you for the game. So I now rid myself of that item. I think it might be decently effective on like the giant frog enemies or things at the end of the game, but I don't generally bother with it. Bacatta, now that he has his dual wielding with high potency weapons, is really cranking out some damage.
Papers, nothing of interest to us. Most of these
Ooh, a salve. Very nice.
Most of these files are useless.
We'll try to explore everything up here. There's a number of signs and things that don't honestly have a great deal of importance. This door, we have to close that one before this one will open. But some of them are mildly amusing,
Monthly
at least.
quota sheets.
Not so much that one. Switch over to Conrad, who is our better lockpicker. Where is he? Alright, we got a key, which presumably will be important. Another mace bouncer. And that's it. Again, we have to close that door before we can open this one. Go along the south wall first.
All wages paid in silver crowns.
Nice.
There are silver coins in here.
Well, that worked out well for us. We like silver coins.
Sickness is no excuse. No work, no pay.
I guess they don't have very strong unions.
Thumb gogs do not get double pay.
We got 2 arms, or 2 sets of arms, rather. They should clearly get double pay. This is absurd. I can declare shenanigans.
Notice, only 1 meal per day. No exception.
For dwarves.
Notice, only 1 meal per day. No exceptions for dwarves.
I'll be honest, throughout... I've never actually played the 3rd game. Throughout the first 2, I don't know if there's any point in time where dwarves come up, but I might be wrong about that. Let's see if this is the right key.
It doesn't fit.
We'll have to try a different lock at some point. See if we can pick this lock. I guess we can. I'm gonna wait though. Just see if we can't find the actual key, just for fun. And our rogue skills have increased yet again. Here with the crossbow Valkyrie. Maybe we should do a little work on magic. We'll see.
Tool inventories.
Not very interesting. Another salve.
Most of the...
And an oil flask. Very nice. We'll
They appear to have left in a hurry.
get things organized later.
They appear to have left in a hurry.
We have an empty thing here and a new friend. Let's try lightning finally. Lightning 2, kind of a weak stream. 3, a little bit stronger. I don't remember 4
There are
having
silver...
much of a difference compared to 3, but we'll see. 1 is very pitiful.
More orc jargon, no doubt.
Seems the orcs have just kind of scrawled some inane nonsense.
Notes, papers...
And Fireball, another new spell. One that we will make more use of than Lightning, although because we have so many Fireball wands, we actually might make a little less use of it than we otherwise may have. There we go.
Most of these files...
Yeah, these little spider crab guys are not
Notes, papers,
particularly
nothing of interest to
worrisome
us.
as enemies. Alright. See how we're doing. Have that door there that we didn't go through yet, and then continue along the northern wall now. Nothing to say about this, I guess. Ooh, a secret button. And a helm. Just a regular helm, though, nothing special. Let's head down here. We have another file cabinet, but then also this gentleman. Ah! Oh, he spilled his ink.
At last. You must be the rescue party.
Kind of want to attack him, but it's not very nice.
What happened to the miners?
They all ran away last year when monsters invaded the mine. I alone stayed behind to finish the monthly tool inventory. How did you get in? One of those hideous Larkhons has been blocking the only passage.
We seek a friend who may be in these mines. Have you seen anyone come past here?
I've been hiding under the desk and eating nothing but these stale biscuits for months. There could be a herd of wild horses down on one of the lower levels and I wouldn't know about it. All I want to do is to get out of here.
The Larkhon at the entrance is now dead. You may make your escape now.
Excellent. I'll leave as soon as I finish these reports.
It's definitely important to finish reports in a mine that has been abandoned because it is overrun by monsters. A couple items we want to grab here.
I'll sign that out to you right away.
Have this pick, which is going to be very important later.
You'll need that if you go messing around in the mines.
And a helm, which I actually don't remember if it's a useful helm or
I'd
not.
join you, but I need to get out of here. You miners are required to bring your own lamps. I'm nearly finished with my work here.
Alright, that's enough. Is this? That is a great helm. Good. So we'll switch out for a great helm. Alright. And let's see what else we can find up here. You see bloodstains everywhere, which are likely left over from the mass exodus. Another set of lockpicks. It's always
Tool inventories.
good, just in case, I guess, you haven't
Notes, papers, nothing of interest to us.
collected them till now.
Monthly quota sheets.
Okay.
Warning, wear your helmet.
Will do. Thank you for the warning.
Urbish Mining Company.
Is it urban? It's Urbish. That was terrible.
Notes, nope.
Nothing in here. And another oil flask. And that's it. Alright. So, oh, there was one more. Yeah. Alright. Nothing up here. One more oil flask.
Most of these files are useless.
Fair enough. Okay, so make a little deposit here. I'm gonna leave these guys. I'm gonna leave a few of these oil flasks. We won't need all of them by any means. The pick will be coming with us. And sure, we can take all this. Alright, we'll take the rest of it. Might regret it if the inventory gets a little too full, but that'll be alright. We shall survive. Okay. So, now that we've finished... Oh. Who are you? I don't know what you think you're doing, just popping up in here. But, now that we have completely explored the surface level here, other than this one door, we will head down to the actual mines. And we're going to start by heading in this direction. We have this kind of Gnasher enemy here, which for the most part is not very problematic, but they do have the ability, oops, I missed, to dissolve your armor. They don't do it all that often, but it is something to watch out for when you're dealing with them. I will usually still keep my armor on, as opposed to certain other enemies that...
Oren, it is true, I tell you. The rocks are alive. I am leaving this accursed place. Jeff.
Interesting. The rocks are alive. Yeah, certain other enemies that dissolve your armor, I will often simply remove the armor before it is destroyed. But, as I said, with them, I usually will just leave it on. Because, once more, they just don't destroy it often enough to warrant the decrease in defense. Hear this giggling sound, which I don't know what that could be, but perhaps if we explore some more, we'll find out. I also hear a little bouncing. Not sure what that is. Ah, oh, these guys. Let's just hit it with a little spark.
The acid
This is why I shouldn't talk. It's also why I usually hold on to some armor, but whatever, we'll figure it out. Alright. We will stumble across something a little later. So we have several buttons here to play with, and I'm going to start by, actually I'm going to leave both of these down, hit this button, and we get an enemy. One of these weird little, I don't know if that's supposed to be a dwarf or something, but this pit will appear behind us if we hit the button, and actually I'm going to try and see what happens if I step down this hole. And we find ourselves in this narrow room where we can either step into a pit or hit this button. And if we do, a pit opens up underneath us and we drop down again. Find this key here, which I'm just going to hold on to for now. We have a portal that we just discovered. And stepping into that will bring us somewhere, though I know not where. But first, let's use this key, which opens up a pathway deeper into Mines Level 3. Let's see what we can find. Oh, look at that. We're going to make a switch in our weaponry over to blunt weapons. We could also use the freeze spell. Freeze is the most effective magic to use against these rock creatures. And these are the rock creatures that Orin was referring to in his letter to Jeff that we found. I suppose I can switch this out here for the time being, since we are going to be dealing with the rock monsters who are not going to be very affected. Ooh. Could actually switch back to Valkyrie here. These are nests.
It looks like a nest of some kind.
For pretty vicious... Oh, I guess I do have to use Fireball. Pretty vicious little creatures that we would prefer not to be overrun by. And by destroying the nests with a fireball spell, you will prevent the creatures from spawning further. Although, honestly, I don't think that any have spawned yet. Let's just close off this little hole here, and we'll read this note.
Piscata Rosia, 445.
And Piscatia Rosia is a reference to two things. One is simply a fish that is found in another game by this publisher, but also it essentially, not quite, but essentially is Latin for red herring, implying that it actually means nothing. It's just kind of there to trick you and make you think that it is something that matters, even though it does not. The numbers, to my knowledge, do not mean anything and are simply there to make it appear more important. We have a secret wall here, and another rock creature. I don't remember if axes work extremely well, but we'll give it a shot. Or we'll just do some magic. Either way works. Ah, there must be a guy over there as well, I believe. Oh, maybe not. So, that Conrad was being attacked by something on the side, but seems I was mistaken. Let's take our lockpicks out. And we have this gold jewel that we're going to make use of. Honestly, I can probably leave this flask. It really doesn't
Empty.
do us any good. We're going to plant this gold jewel here, though,
Gem fits.
and open up this pathway. But before I go any further, I'm just going to... Actually, no, I will go down here now. Both of those switches are currently down,
The cart seems stuck.
and nothing happens. We raise the right switch,
Yahoo!
and we will head down this pathway. If you saw quickly enough, there were actually 3 different potential pathways that one can travel. Oops. And we have a keyhole
A
here.
worn lock.
See if we're able to pick it. We are. And where does this bring us? Oop. We have encountered another rock creature. Why don't you finish it off, Bacatta? I forgot that you don't have any armor. Suppose we can back up and hopefully get a little sleep, refill our magic. Magic is very much the easiest way to deal with these rock creatures. If you are penned up against several of them at once without any magic, it can very easily become an issue when they kind of just continually beat up on you. I believe this one is going to be a little bit stronger than the previous. Yes. Alright, one more, or... Yep. Alright, and I don't know if you could hear that kind of clunking in the background, but as we stepped through, this doorway closed behind us, and once we killed all the enemies, it reopened.
Yahoo!
I'm actually going to head back and finish exploring this floor before I head down that staircase. So, in order to do so, we're going to flip up both switches, head down the central pathway. And there really isn't anything here. It's just kind of a false trail, as it were. Oh, that's right, there's a switch in the wall. Which I still think, pretty sure it doesn't actually go anywhere. Right, yeah, there might be a second switch and then still ultimately a dead
This
end.
appears to be recent digging. A piece of coal broke off.
And we do want this for a couple of reasons.
A piece of coal broke off. A piece of coal broke off. A piece of coal broke off. A piece of coal broke off.
I don't remember if this goes infinitely or not. No, okay, so it is stopped. Very good. All right. Ah, where did you come from? Did I sneak past you on the way in? I never even saw you. Just a little chip. All right. Very good. That should be everything, and it is.
Yahoo!
And we will finally take the third pathway. By leaving the left switch up. If I'm being honest, I probably should break the Urbish Mine up into a couple of videos, but
Yahoo!
not planning on it. Should be able to get through in a relatively reasonable amount of time. I have not done the Urbish Mines in a little while, and because of that, I'll waste a little bit of time taking not the optimal routes, not intentionally. It's just I don't always remember exactly what the best routes and most time-efficient routes were to take, but we will eventually get through everything well enough. Alright, so that's everything. So let's head down this staircase, and what am I doing? see where that takes us.
Yahoo!
Alright, very nice. Oops. Where are you, little button? There we go. This will open up this teleporter here. We are now transported down to the 4th floor of the mines. There's a button on the wall here, which opens this pathway, and we have 2 locks. Let's get our lockpicks out.
There's no way to pick this lock.
What about this one?
There's no way to pick this lock.
Interesting. All right. Let's rest up before we head out into that fireball again. That's enough. There's a switch on this back wall here that, if we hit, should actually turn the cannon off there, make it a little bit safer for us. And we should, I think, over here, there it is, have a rock enemy. And again, we're going to just not deal with the difficulties involved in actually striking this creature. Instead, we're going to use a little magic to ease our way in. You'll note that this guy is notably stronger than the others we've faced in the past, and he dropped this interesting item, this bloodstone, which we're going to have to investigate. I don't know what that could be, but it certainly seems like an interesting thing to have. Alright, let's carry on. And we have another. Alright, that's enough. This may also be a bloodstone containing rock creature. Nice. But I will sort of not waste my time collecting that because we only need the one. There's going to be 4 of these rotating wheels, and you need to put them all in the down position in order to stop this next floor tile from rotating. So I've taken care of the one on the south. Now we will step to the east. We will step north. And finally, we'll need to step... Oh, this one was already down, so it's taken care of for you. Very nice. We have a teleporter here, a lock over here. We head north. We have one of these lobster creatures, which we'll probably switch back to our old weapons for, but maybe we can just... Let's switch back. At least for you. Even do a little throwing here. Alright. And let's continue to explore. Very nice. Alright, let's rest up. Give Conrad back his health. Could always use these fireball wands. I get so many of them, and then I'll just sit on them and never really make appropriate use of them for no real reason. Here we see a pile of bones and a note.
To Jared, head engineer, I think we have located the missing part for the water pump. If I can retrieve it, we can regain control of the mine. Hank.
Excellent. This is something that's actually oddly easy to miss, but after clicking and getting a note, if you will need to click the body again, and then you will find this gear, which is very important to solving the difficulties of the mine. So, we now have this gear, and we can check out the other half of this wall here. Did we miss any switches or buttons? No, we did not. Alright, let's continue on. We'll check to the west. appears to be a wall here that we can pick at. Get a rock, another rock, and then whoosh, the wall crumbles away. And what do we find back here but another pile of bones? This time,
Get out! You are in great danger! Flee while you still can!
this time we have a terrifying specter that tells us to flee,
Let him rest in peace.
and is also holding this rusty key. Well, maybe we can figure out where that key is used. In the meantime, light got a little dim, so let's brighten our path here. What about here? What's down this way? Looks like another wall of rocks, and we can open this one up as well. Down here, find nothing. So we have a couple of choices. We can take a look at this door down here and see if this rusty key opens anything up. If not, we can try and open this door, or we can always head to this teleporter. So let's see what options lay before us. Does this key open this lock?
It doesn't fit.
It does not. It looks like it would fit, but fortunately, you're not so lucky. How about...
It doesn't fit.
Nope. Looks like it might fit better
Does
here.
that seem to work? But something more is needed, I believe.
So it looks like we need a second key somewhere. So let's try this teleporter then. And this brings us back to the pathway we came from before. So we'll head up this staircase. And from here, again, the only place for us to go is back to the teleporter where we first started. So let's head over that way.
Yahoo!
See if I can get there without any help from the map. Though the odds of that being the case are relatively low. Ah, success. Alright, let's head to this teleporter now. This brings us back to the beginning. Excellent. Alright, so we're going to do a couple of things. We're going to leave some stuff behind. We're going to leave this note, bloodstone, we're going to leave all these rocks, this vial, rock. These items we will keep. Get rid of these notes. Alright, actually, we're going to leave several of these clumps or lumps of coal behind as well. Okay, and we're going to head over here. Let's try lightning 3 again. Now why don't we get fireball a shot? Very nice. Okay, we're going to leave this coal here. And this gear. Alright, very nice. Anything else that we want to leave behind? I don't believe so. Excellent. Let's switch our weapons back for the time being. And at this point, what we will want to do, head back to the mines and follow one of the other pathways that we have not yet taken. Which means, this time around, instead of falling down this pit, we'll hit one of these switches. We'll kill this guy. And so now we have this switch on the this wall here up, the other one down. We will reselect this button, and a portal is opened, which we'll step into. And this portal, oh, brings us back to the beginning. Let's try the other direction. actually we should note, if we have both of them up, what happens is this guy comes, and there's a pit again, but that's it. So this time we will put this part of the wheel down, hit our switch, and travel through the portal. We do this fun, weird little spinny thing. Oh, we should have rested up first. It's fine. We find ourselves trapped between 4 secret walls. The first way I'm going to go is going to be south. What we'll find is on all of these walls.
Capital R H R N.
Each of these walls holds
Capital
part
L T
of
I T E E.
a secret message. And, oh, maybe not this one.
E.
If you pay attention, you'll see that it says left,
Capital
right,
C.
and then center written backwards. Let's start, I guess, since we're over here now, on the east wall. I'll rest up first. Very good. And so each of these has 2 buttons, except for the west wall, which requires a key of some kind. So we'll start here. And as we travel down this path, what do we find? Oops.
The scent of gas is strong here.
Strong scent of gas. What we're going to do about that is actually use the fireball wand, or we can just cast fireball either way. In fact, why don't we just do that? Cast fireball level 1, and we have exploded this wall and opened up a new pathway, which happens to be filled with these creatures, who are very deadly. They can really kill you quite quickly, and can be a huge bit of trouble unless you use fireball on them. And if you have a lot of them together, which you will on occasion down here, they can really be quite troublesome when you start running out of magic, unless you happen to have a large supply of fireball wands at your disposal, which we do. And as useful as the fireball wands are, this is actually one of the 2 primary reasons that I get them. Because this area can, again, if they start ganging up on you, just be far too difficult to deal with without without the fireball wands there available. You can, this pathway here, as you step on each thing, the plates will change whether or not the next fire pit is currently active, and you can really take your time and put something on each plate, and yada yada yada. I don't care enough. Oh no, it can't be an issue if those guys are there though. Let's take care of you. I just run through and take the damage and rest up at the end. We get another one of fireballs. Hooray! Yeah, you'd think walking all over this fire would be a little more problematic for those guys who get killed by fire, but whatever, that's fine. And somewhere along the line is the plate that opens up this door, which is nice, because otherwise we'd be trapped, which is something we are going to have to deal with on a different one of these pathways. Okay, where we go? Where's the secret? Whoa, I went past it a long time ago. Keep dizzying myself and getting myself confused. Alright, gonna head down this way, and we're gonna do this way first. That opens up something in the wall here. We'll leave something behind, grab this key, and then continue on our merry way. Open up this pathway here, and we find some humanoid bones and a note.
Orin, it is true I tell you, the rocks are alive. I am leaving this accursed place.
Which is a note we've already read. but now we have a second copy, I guess. Why not? Alright, so not a lot down this way. Now let's head up north. And we start making new friends. You get, I don't know, 5 or so shots with each of the fireball ones, maybe less. And then eventually they run out. Or maybe they don't. This one seems to be lasting for the better part of forever. Maybe it was like 7 shots, I don't know. But there's really no sense in...
Lock, this does not seem to be the way to open it.
No sense in being particularly frugal in our uses of the fireball ones, since we are going to have so very, very many of them. So ginseng, sure. Empty flask. Bracers. So Bacatta can finally get some bracers.
Empty.
Let's rest up a bit. Let Bacatta heal. That's enough. And we'll see if there's anything else heading out this way. I guess we'll just use our actual magic. Very good. And then we have this set of wheels here, and this cannon that will fire at us if we go the wrong direction. But luckily we were able to decipher the message card in the wall, so we will go left, right, and then center, which will open this pathway here into this. And I am actually going to save this here, so 1 second. Alright, so here we go. Exactly how to do this puzzle correctly, I'm honestly not certain if anyone knows, but if you do it exactly like this, it should work out just fine for you. So you come in, you hit that first button as soon as you come in.
25.
And then you put something on the pressure plate, hit the right switch, come back, flip those after opening the treasure chest and hitting that switch once you've stepped out. You should be able to escape with 25 crowns, this 4-pointed Bezel cup, and a new, slightly better helm. All of which is, nice to have. But if you mess up that puzzle, you will become trapped in that room and absolutely cannot get out. So it is, in all honesty, a relatively high risk, low reward sort of situation. But if you are willing to, really just save the game before you go in, and if you do that, then you just don't need to worry very much. If you end up not being able to figure out, it's not working for you, you don't lose a lot. But so long as you save beforehand, it's not a big deal if things go awry. So I say you might as well give it a shot. Second attempt at the lightning scroll if you have not gotten it yet. Oops, hang on. Let's just get our fireball wand out here. You saw how immediately they were just able to eliminate our poor Conrad here. I mean it when I say that those guys are quite powerful and can deal a lot of damage very quickly. And that was just a single one of them who happened to be catching us when we weren't at our full health. But still, if you have 4 or 5 of them that have you trapped somewhere, it can really get ugly quickly. Alright, so I believe that's everything. Alright, excellent. So now we will finally head down this last path over here to the west. And
it doesn't fit.
Let's try my key 4. Very good. That will open up both ways. Let's kill this guy quickly. Let's use a little lightning on him. Why not? Sounds like someone is zapping us as well, so we'll take care of that guy, and then why not kill these things? We have a staircase heading down, and
The stairway is flooded with water.
very difficult to visually see it, but you actually can see that this is flooded, and so we can't go down this staircase. The reason for that, we actually already know from reading the notes before. I forget which person's note it was, but they told us that the problem, yeah, this is a weapon that we get here, and it's not very good. The problem was that the gear, which pumped the water out of the staircases in the mines, was missing, and we now have that gear. So it is a problem that we actually can resolve.
I don't have enough magic.
Alright, that's enough. Very good. Rest up before we head up this staircase here. Alright, and now we have returned to the mines level 1. So we have the main floor, this portion of mines level 1, just the pit and the portal. Mines level 2, which we get to, if we follow the portal, we get down here. If we follow the pit, we get down here. And then we can take from the portal pathway this staircase up, or this staircase down once we have resolved the flooding later. Or we could follow this pit down here to the mines level 3. And mines level 3 brings us to this area of mine level 4, where we have these locked doors here. So very good. Let's investigate this other portion of mines level 1.
Remove all weapons before entering.
It's an option, or we could not. If you remove this stone, if you listen... oh, we have to step off. There is a sound of things moving. There's essentially a hidden pressure plate there that affects things elsewhere in this area. But let's go exploring. We'll just wander around a bit, find some new friends who seem to be giggling away. Seem very amused by our presence. Oh, I've gone in a big circle. What else we got, huh? Come on. There we go. We have these, I guess we'll call them the dwarves. I actually forgot that they poisoned you. But that's okay, we can take care of that easily enough. And a big clump of them. Or maybe there's just a couple. I thought there was a third behind for some reason, but maybe not. Another human bone and an emerald blade, which we will come back to later. But the truth is, we don't need it. Emerald blades, if you remember from reading the tomes in the Gladstone Keep from way back in the beginning, can be used to physically harm ghosts. However, we are actually going to be dealing with the ghosts in a completely different way, so we will not need the emerald blades. However, because they are such a unique item, you also can't actually sell them, so they truly have no value for us. But I'm going to hold on to it just to carry it outside, because I like to for no real reason. Oddly sentimental attachment to an inanimate object within a video game, apparently. It's the best explanation I have. Let's go with lightning again, just for fun. Just because I never use it. Alright. And last one. All these secret walls down. Oh, secret walls down here. And ultimately, they don't have a huge amount to offer, but that's okay. Just fun to do the exploration. There should be one more, yeah. Just to finish off our map here. Alright. And now we'll head down the final. Head through the final secret wall. Once we deal with these little friends here who I think might try to sling things at us. I forget. This keyhole is one we can use. And I actually forget all of the ways to deal with the things on this floor. I forget where this pit goes. This, I believe, yes, if we spin this wheel, this will open. We can get this second mine key too, and then this pit will open back up, unfortunately. This pit drops us down into the this room that exists kind of all by itself. We step here and press this button. This portal appears, but it does not stay, so we will need to leave some behind, and how about we use the Emerald Blade, since we will not be using it later. So we'll step through, and this should bring us back to the top, yes. So, let's do two things. One, yes, let's do this. I don't believe Mine Key 2 opens this door, but we'll try it.
It doesn't fit.
Alright, so we'll finally just accept the fact that we're not going to get a key, and we will instead pick the lock. I'm going to pick these items back up. I think we might actually only need one lump of coal, but I brought two just in case. We'll turn here, and we have the pump. If we replace the gear,
I'm fairly certain.
It fits
Right here.
perfectly. Ah, it opens. This coal should fuel it. This coal should fuel it.
put a couple lumps of coal in,
Wow, it sure makes a lot of noise.
and now the pump is going, and we will be able to use that staircase which was previously locked. This is not where I want to go. This is. So we will again take the portal pathway. All right. Get a little dizzy. And we want to head west. And now the water has been pumped out and we're no longer flooded. And we get spun around a lot. We have to figure out, there we go. It will always spin you essentially 180 degrees away from where you started from. So we want to turn away from where we want to go. And we now found this shiny key. And we can just step to the side instead of trying to turn. And, ooh, hello friend. Ah, nice hit, Bacatta. Now we can, again, take this stairway up to level 2. Or level 1, rather, apologies. And we can do a couple of things here. One is open this door, which I won't go through just yet. First, I'm going to move this rock. I actually forget what it is that changes here. Let me see if anything changed on the... Yeah. So we now have this pathway open, which was previously closed. And down this way we have some enemies. And a little bit of swag. Saber Wolf and Mace Puma, which are not bad items to have. Let's see how this saber compares to the other two. Compared to Gutter, it's just a touch stronger. And a little bit stronger than Cutter, but not as much defense. So, between the two, I would probably stick with Wolf and Cutter and get rid of Gutter. And what were we using before? Where did Valkyrie go? There we are. Alright, and then the other thing that we will show is that this secret wall closes behind us, but if we use the other mine key too, it will open. And for the life of me, I have no idea how to get past here. In fact, I don't even know if you can or if there's any value to, because I don't remember having ever done it. So we will ignore that for now, and instead we will take this final path down after using this key. And we're going to head over here already. Get some toys out, because as we spin this, pit opens, and we find ourselves here in a room with a couple other pits. Actually, we got this was a step in between. Oh, that's right, we have to leave some behind. Doesn't really matter what, we will leave this bone. And then we find ourselves in this room filled with these two-headed snake monsters, which, when you do not have a fireball wand, are very difficult to deal with. Particularly since we are in a room with a nest here, or multiple nests, and if you do not burn through the nests, the creatures will continue to spawn, as I mentioned before. Let's throw an oil in, because there's no reason to save it. We have more than enough. And we will open this pathway here. Whatever, that's fine. Ah, I forgot you were here. Suppose I could switch my weapons over, but I just don't feel like it. Second location where we can acquire a pick, I suppose, in case we failed to notice the location of the first one. Just in case you didn't notice when we opened before, we are back on the mines level 3, near where the minecart was, which is quite handy because that's exactly where we want to be. Ah, right, that's why the pick had to be here, because otherwise you have the possibility of getting trapped. So we've now opened that wall, and not quite yet. It will soon connect with the rest of the area down here. But first we have to deal with these guys causing all kinds of trouble. And we have a pit here that we will, or a nest rather, that we will eliminate. There's a few more around, which we'll find. Another oil flask, very nice. Okay, so everything over there, so now we'll head this direction. Keep an eye out for more of the nests. I believe that if you travel to the rest of the floor first and you spend time down here, more of them will spawn, because as far as they're concerned, you have been in the area and therefore time has been elapsing. Whereas if you first enter the mines level 3 by falling into that initial nest area, you will have less that will have appeared here. Individually, they're not that much of a threat. It's really only when there's a lot of them together that it becomes a big issue. There should be a switch somewhere. Yes, there it is. All right, so that, as I said, connects us back here, but we don't want to go through the teleporter. We want to follow the minecarts, which here should already be set on the correct direction. All right, down this way, and back down to level 4. Let's hit the teleporter. And finally, we can make use of this second key that we found after going down the flooded stairwell.
At last.
At last. And it will open up this pathway. And I don't remember if there's a way to turn that off or not. Nope, I guess not. So we just have to deal with the spinning wall, likely getting hit once. No, alright, we managed to avoid it. Very nice. And we head down and we come to the end of the mines.
I thought you were lost. We've discovered a recipe for the elixir. We need the keys so that we may apply it to King Richard.
I'll join you then.
So here we have
Need this
Paulson.
key.
Yeah, you can actually forget to collect this, and it doesn't ruin the game or anything, but you might have to come all the way back after reaching the end. So you want to collect this key. I've never actually tried this before. I don't think he has an answer, but
That blasted Larkhon somehow feels compelled to obfuscate. Should you by chance decipher any of this gibberish?
Nope. Can't help you.
see what else he has to say. Anything?
Wyvelian brew.
Of course, he's got some booze here with him.
We should leave.
Right?
Ancient maps. Studies of gem lore and excavation. Studies of gem lore and excavation.
Yeah, so it doesn't seem like Paulson has accomplished much of anything well down here, but it will be nice to have him join the crew.
We're off to save good King Richard.
You gotta love that smile. So you notice that he has just a bunch of junk here, no weapons, no anything. But
Lads, a secret button to the south hides my equipment.
if we
Let the
turn
button
south,
be revealed.
let the button be revealed. We now have all of Paulson's stuff, which I'm gonna take, because that's what I do. This Valian's cube, if we remember from way back when, again, reading the items in Gladstone Keep, reading those books, it spoke of Valian's cubes also being able to fight off spirits, and that is why we generally do not bother with yeah, he has this Axe Vixen, but it's not all that great, really. It's actually pretty terrible. Maybe we'll give him... Nah, the Great Axe really isn't that good either. We'll leave him with the Great Axe for now, just for fun. Because I like axes, they're fun. But, yes, so we learn that... just keep this here. That... the Valiant's Cube can be used to fight off ghosts as well, which is the reason why the Emerald Blades are really of just no consequence, because the Valiant's Cube is so much more effective and so much better of a weapon to use. This key that we got, that Paulson had there, opens up this, despite the fact that it doesn't look like it fits at all, which is just a way to get to these portals that bring you ultimately back to the beginning of the Urbish Mines, so you don't have to travel all the way back. It's just an easier... Oh, that's right. They open up different ones. I forgot. Alright. What's going to be the best way to get out of here? Let's... get Mage level 3. This will be quick. We want to travel up to this staircase this way. I lied to you. Oh, actually. No, we'll go this way. This'll work. Hi, how are you? Good to meet you. Let's fall down the pit, just for fun. And then we will go through this portal. And here we are, back at the beginning of the mine. So, I will actually, I will end things here. I think what I will do is, off screen, I'm going to head over to the Gorka Swamp and just get rid of all of these items that are useless to us. And I'll also reorganize the inventory and just get everything together, just so that we don't have to bother doing it on screen. But when we come back, we will explore the remainder of Upper Oppenwood, and maybe see if there's anything beyond that that we need to investigate. But for the time being, we have completed the mines, and we will see you next time. Bye.